Hey, this is Carrie with Canary Quilts, and we finished the 2022 Fat Quarter Shop exclusive Designer Mystery Block of the Month. And this thing is gorgeous. I have been calling these comfort blocks every month because the colors are so comforting. The blocks have been challenging, but not too challenging, so it's just been a nice block to work on each month with the colors and the ease. And look at this. It turned out beautiful. You can't even see the whole thing. So this is an 80 by 80 quilt, and I added a border. I added 2 borders around it, so I think it's now 88 by 88. So it is a big quilt, but I love it. I love it. So today I'm just going to kind of show you block 12, which is called Oceanside by Lisa Bongine. And I don't know if I'm saying her name right, and I'm very sorry if it's wrong. She's with primitivegatherings.us, and I'll have her link down below if you want to check her out. She created this beautiful block, and it's down at the bottom. So that's what the block's going to look like in the end. So I just noticed I actually have this sideways. My first block is over there, but it is a square quilt, so it's fine. It doesn't matter which way you look at it, but I just realized I do have it sideways. So 12th block is right there, so you can see it. It turned out gorgeous. It didn't take very long to put together. It looks complicated, but it isn't complicated at all. And like I said, it's just very comforting to work on these blocks. I've really enjoyed this. So I'm going to throw up a picture of the whole quilt laid out. A couple pictures I took where it was on my floor. It's outside, so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to take this to a long arm quilter, have her do that. I am not going to try to quilt this. It is way too big. I did a king size quilt once, and I'm never going to do it again, even though this isn't king, but pretty dang close. So I'm going to just kind of show you block 12 and show you how I do the borders on this. I had a couple people ask me how I was going to border it out, so I wanted to show you that. And yay, it's done. So if you're working on this, congratulations if you're done. If you're not done yet, congratulations when you are done. You're going to have a beautiful quilt. So let's get started on the end of our Fat Quarter Shop 2022 Designer Mystery Block of the Month. All right, we are on our last block for the Designer Mystery Block of the Month, which is put on by Fat Quarter Shop. And our last block, block 12, is called Oceanside. It's gorgeous. It's by the guest designer, and I hope I don't say it wrong, but I probably will, Lisa Bongine from primitivegatherings.us. And I'll have all her information in the description down below so you can check her out. And the block looks beautiful. We got a lot of pieces here. We got 5 colors this time. We're going to be putting A and G together for some half square triangles. We've got half a flying goose out of H and D. We've got a full flying goose out of B and J, and a full flying goose out of I and K, and another one out of these little pieces E and M. So you want to make sure you get your diagonals put on your A, your D, J, K, and M. So we can put all of those together. Flying geese are pretty easy. Half square triangles are too. Basically, for half square triangles, you want to put a seam 1/4 of an inch away from on each side of the center line. So yeah, we'll get all these put together. We'll take a look at what they look like, and then we can assemble the block. All right, there's all my pieces put together. Here's my half square triangles, the A and G. My H and D is like the half flying goose. B and J are flying geese, I and K are flying geese, and E and M are flying geese. So let's put our pieces together here real quick. We're going to put these 2 together, and we're going to take our flying goose with the white base, and we're going to have it point towards the one with the blue base, so you get that nice arrow of the light blue. So we're going to put those together like that. And we're going to iron towards the light blue base. So that's how those are going to go together. And then these are gonna go together like this. We're gonna take our C, we're gonna take our half square triangle. It's gonna go like this with our C next to it. And then this is gonna go under here like that. So we get a nice little arrow, I guess, if you wanna say, or it looks like the back of an arrow in our corner. So we're just gonna put these two pieces together. We're gonna iron towards the half square triangle, add it to this, and iron up towards the square patch. So that's how those are gonna go together, and I'm gonna get all those put together also. Let's just put these in a pile. And then we'll come back and do the center star. All right, I think I said to iron towards the half square triangle. You wanna iron towards the patch. So I correct myself there. And then here are two flying geese put together. And the way I like to sew my flying geese is with my point up towards me. And then I can see where my needle is going to land so I can get a nice point there. So I'm going to finish these up, come back and do the star. And this one we are definitely ironing up towards the patch and half square triangle. Okay, there's my corners done. So the center star is pretty easy to put together. We're going to put two of these patches. We're going to put a patch on either side of the flying goose, and we're going to have two of these strips, and then we're going to put our flying geese onto the center patch like that one. And we're always going to iron towards the patches. There's our rows, and now we have opposing seams that we can put these together, and then we just iron towards these outside rows. And then all our pieces are going to be done. We can put them together and make our oceanside block. And there's our block layout. It's really pretty. That is really pretty. Anyway, we're going to work in rows, and we're going to sew these together, iron towards the outside in the top and bottom rows, and then iron towards the star on the inner row, so that when we put our rows together, these seams will nest up nicely. So then we're done with our block. And we're done with our 12th block, and we'll pretty much be done with our quilt. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, putting the quilt together. I'm going to be adding some borders to it. There's my oceanside block, block number 12, we're done. For the Fat Quarter Shop Designer Mystery Block of the Month. This one was designed by Lisa Bongine, I think is how her name's, I'm not sure. From primitivegatherings.us. I have her information in the description down below. But I've got my block all sashed out. It's ready to go. It's ready to be added with my finishing blocks to add this row on to the rest of my quilt. And then I'm going to put a border on mine. So I'll show you how I'm going to calculate that and what fabrics I'm going to use. So, exciting! It's so exciting! All right, I'm in my Designer Mystery Block of the Month box with all my extra fabric here. This is my binding. It's already been cut. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for a border. So I'm going to do a dark border that's going to be 1.5 inches finished. And then on the outside of the dark border, I'm going to do a light border, which is going to be 2.5 inches finished. So the outer border is easy because I have a lot of this left. I'm going to need 9 strips, 42 inches, that'll be 3 inches wide, which means I need 27 inches, and I've got plenty here. So that's not a problem. So I'm all set for that outer border. Now the inner border is going to have to be made up of 2 different fabrics. I need 8 2-inch strips. I need 16 inches. Well, none of my dark fabrics are 16 inches, so I'm going to have to use 2. And if I do 2 borders in one color and 2 borders in another color, 2 sides in another color, I could do that, which is probably what I'm going to do, because I don't know that I want to use this because it is going to be the binding. And this isn't 8 inches long. So we're kind of like eliminating ourselves down to this. So I could cut 4 2-inch strips out of each of these and just put this on two opposite sides and this on two opposite sides. Or if I wanted to, I could put them together going around. I'll have to decide. I'm going to do my inner 1.5 inch finished border out of these two fabrics, and I'm going to do my outer one with this one, and then my binding will be the dark. So that's what I'm going to do. I need 8 2-inch strips out of this and 9 3-inch strips out of this one. There it is. My quilt is all bordered out, and you can see that I chose to put the darker of the two dark borders in the left and top sides, and then the other two went on the right and bottom side. So I think it looks kind of cool like that. I don't think it looks weird with two different fabrics. I like it. I think it looks good. And what a beautiful quilt. I have said pretty much all along that these are like comfort blocks. The colors of the fabrics are really comforting. The blocks themselves are challenging, but not too challenging. So it was just nice to get these in the mail each month, put them together, feel good about myself, and in the end, now that it's all done, just get this absolutely gorgeous quilt. So the pattern did not call for borders, so I just wanted to show you how I calculated and put my borders on. Let me know if you're going to put borders on. What did you think of the quilt? How far along are you? Did you finish it? Yeah, thank you so much for following along on this journey with me. And I'm going to be doing the 2023 too. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be coming our way in a couple months here, if not sooner. So I am going to take this to the long arm and get her quilted. And if you follow me, you'll see it quilted. And if you want to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, you can also see it quilted when I get it done and do all the other fun stuff we got going on here. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate you following along. And I had a lot of fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.